everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with my March TBR. So in March, I kind of want to leave myself a little bit of leeway to mood read. I do have some books that I have to read this month, but I've been feeling kind of mood read-y, I guess. So I want to allow myself to do that this month. So I'm going to talk about the books that I have to read for buddy reads or book clubs, things of that nature. And then I'll go through some books that I might pick up, but I'm not going to put them on my official TBR, hold myself to those. Those books won't go into my my TBR wine glass thing. So let's start with the books that I have to read. So first up is a book that I borrowed from my sister months ago. I keep putting it on my TBRs and I keep not getting to it. So I really want to get to it in March so that I can mail it back to her. And then I'm also mailing her some other stuff. So I want to just send one package. So it's going to be done. And that book is My Life in France by Julia Child. I've talked about this in a few other TBR videos because it's been on my TBR a bunch. This is a memoir written by Julia Child about her time in France. The movie Julie and Julia, Julia Child's half of that movie is based on this book. Julie and Julia is probably my favorite movie. So I need to read this. My sister read it. She said I'll enjoy it. I just need to get it done. So I'm putting it on my March TBR. And I'm going to read it for reals this time, Ash. The next book on my, for sure, March TBR is Anne of the Island. So this is the next book for the Annalong 2020, hosted by Tia at Tia and All the Books and Amanda at The Curly Reader. I have been keeping up with it so far. I mean, we're only 3 months in, but Anne of Avonlea was a little bit of a struggle for me, so I'm hoping that Anne of the Island goes a little bit better. So I'm cautiously optimistic about Anne of the Island because some things happened at the end of Avonlea, Anne of Avonlea, that I want to see what happens next. So I will be reading Anne of the Island. Next is a book I am buddy reading with my mom. I checked this book out from the library and I was talking to my mom about the books that I checked out and she was like, oh, I haven't read that either. I own it. And then we were talking about my authors I want to read in 2020 video that I just posted. And this is a book by that author. So we will be buddy reading The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I'm really excited about this. I've heard great things about it here on BookTube. I've wanted to try Christina Lauren, so I'm excited to give this a go. The next book I am reading in March is another buddy read. I am doing a buddy read with Tia. I'm really excited about this. We've talked about doing this buddy read for a while, but we both have kind of been busy with other things, other commitments, and we finally are reading this book. I'm really excited about it. It is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. There are mixed reviews about this out there. I'm excited about it. I really loved Six of Crows, but this is adult and Six of Crows is YA, but it's set in Yale, which I live in Connecticut. Yale's somewhat of a big deal out here. So I'm excited to kind of see see how they incorporate Yale and sites around Connecticut in the book, if I recognize any of the places that they talk about. But it's somewhat magical or fantastical. I don't know. I'm intrigued by it. I'm excited to do another buddy read with Tia. I've done a couple now. So we're going to give this a go mid-March. Then another book I absolutely have to read because it's for my work book club and we're meeting at the end of this month is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. John actually joined the book club, and John read this already, and he said it's really good. He says he knows I'm going to like it because it's right up my alley. I'm not entirely sure what this book's about. Set in North Carolina in the late 60s. I'm excited for it. Again, this is a book that I've heard a lot of really great things about, so we'll see. So those are the books that I for sure have to read this month. And I'm really excited about all of them. I think I'm going to enjoy all of them. I hope I do. So other books that I might get to, again, these are not like going on my official TBR. So if I don't read them, they're not going in my wine glass thing. They're just books that I have that I kind of want to get to. Or books that I checked out from the library. So I was intrigued enough to borrow them. So we'll see what happens. So some of those books are Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. There is March Mystery Madness happening in March. So if I decide I want to casually participate, I will be reading this. Some library books that I checked out. I have Salts to the Sea checked out. I checked this out because of Tia's, one of her Discord groups. This was the book for that, but that was in February and I didn't get to it. But I really enjoyed Fountains of Silence by Ruta Sepetys, so I do want to read this at some point. I have it here at my house now, so I might as well read it. It's not due till the middle of March. We'll see. I have The Wedding Date, which is the first book in, I don't know what the series is called, but I own the second book because I got it because I didn't realize it was a sequel. So I checked this out. I have The Wedding Circle, which is book 3 in the Cherry Cola Book Club series. I've read the first 2. I enjoy them enough. They're typically pretty quick reads, so I have that. I have P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. I have not read this before, and I have not watched the Netflix movie yet. I want to watch the Netflix movie before I read this, but I know as soon as I watch the Netflix movie, I'm going to want to read this. So if I watch the Netflix movie, I will read this. And then I have a few middle grades for Middle Grade March, which is also happening in the month of March. These books I didn't pick specifically to fill any of the prompts. If I participate in that, it will be kind of casually. I just want to read some middle grade. So for that, I have Nevermore, The Trials of Morrigan Crow. This is a very beloved book here on BookTube. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I figured March was a good time to give it a try, so we'll see. Then I have Summer of a Thousand Pies. I just saw this in the middle grade section of my library and it sounded cute. I tend to gravitate towards books that have something to do with cooking or baking. And this is about a girl who is sent to live with her aunt. Her aunt owns a bake shop. She's kind of helping work in the bake shop, and then she discovers that the bake shop is in trouble, and she, I guess, sets out to help keep it going. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't heard anybody talk about this on BookTube. It just sounded cute to me. And then I have Sweep, the Story of a Girl and Her Monster. This comes highly recommended by lots of people. Rainy at Rainy Day Reads has told me that it's amazing and I want to read it. I will probably get to at least this one this month because I've been wanting to read it for a while. And then I selected Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. This was on my TBR in December as part of the Reindeer Readathon, and I did not get to it. Eric with Break Even Books put this on his March TBR, and I was watching his TBR video. I commented, I was like, maybe I should read that this month. And he said, yeah, you should. So I'm putting it on the tentative TBR for March, but it is something I very much want to read. The last thing I need to do is pick a book from one of my TBR wine glasses. I think last time I did, so in January, I picked from the red one, which is just random books from my shelves. And then in February, I chose from one of each, and spoiler, that didn't go great. So I think I'm going to pick from, these were just blanks. I didn't like take them out. They're just blank. I think I'm going to choose from this one. So the green are books that have previously been on my TBR that I did not get to. These are only books that I own that have been on my TBR previously and I haven't gotten to. This also does not include any books that I did not get to in February, just because I don't want to put them like on my TBR back to back. I don't know. That's my logic. So let's see what I choose here. I'll go with this guy. It is, oh, interesting. It is Brave New World. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I read this in high school for like my senior English class, and I don't remember hating it. It's interesting. It's a like dystopian book. I had this on my TBR as part of, I want to say it was part of the August, like, Newt's Magical Readathon. I think that's what I had it on my TBR for. We'll see. This intimidates me a little bit. I mean, it's not overly long. It's less than 300 pages. It's just, the subject matter is a little bit intimidating to me. So we'll add this to my TBR. We'll see what happens. Again, if I do not read this in the month of March, I will have to unhaul a book. Not necessarily this book, just unhaul a book from my shelves. So we'll see how this goes. So these are the 6 books I will for sure, hopefully, be reading in the month of March. Everything else are books that I will possibly get to. Who knows? What books are you reading this month? Are you participating in any readathons such as March Mystery Madness or Middle Grade March? Are you participating in the Analog? Let me know down below. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.